From my mother, I never seen a store where you had to pay to get inside, and then when you pay to get inside, you gotta pay to get whatever you want. Miss, why I gotta pay to get inside the store? What type of shit is this? What's going on? Why I gotta pay to get in?
Where are you from?
I'm from Montana. In Montana, we don't gotta pay to get inside the store.
Welcome to New York.
What's New York? What's this about? Like, if I tap my card, is it gonna open? How you gotta pay to get inside the store? What?
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone who taught me this truth, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect who are scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. And he was say, Shalom. Yeah, so the beast is beginning to make its move in the earth. And of course, I'm speaking about this beast system, patterned after the image of Rome, ruled by these Edomites, beginning with the top banking elites of Esau Edom, who are looking to cement their new world order by coercing or deceiving the masses into taking a chip, in that chip will be your digital ID and your access to everything that pertains to life on this side. In which, if you don't have that, then, like the prophecy says in Revelation 13 and 16, you will not be able to buy and sell. And, we see that system being made manifest, currently right before our eyes, as you saw the guy in the open clip who couldn't get into the spot, in which normally you would have free access just to get into a store, but now you got to pay or scan just to get access to buying certain merchandise, which shows you that the system is going towards a system of more security, okay, in which the digital ID and the chip is going to be presented as something that's going to be safe and secure. It's going to be more convenient, and this is how the people are going to be deceived at the end of the day into taking this thing, because they're going to look at it as salvation. Well, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't travel, I can't drive, I can't get on the internet, because I don't have this digital ID or this chip, man. So that's going to entice individuals to go ahead and take it, because, for one, they don't have the eye salve to see. All right. Matter of fact, let's get on 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. So lest Satan, who is Satan, Esau, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the key thing is not being ignorant to what these devils are looking to implement, what their plans are. And we know that they want total control, man. So we're not ignorant, dealing with the elect, of this man's devices, and the fact he's trying to slowly and subtly corral the nations by forcing them to take a chip, in which at the end of the day, those who take it, they're going to consent unto it because of the conditions. So if you don't see this, then, eventually you're going to take it and you're going to perish. Like you got some individuals who are saying they know, how's the whole world, who's going to enforce the whole world to take a chip? Which shows you that the Most High blocked your vision so that you couldn't see this prophecy and wouldn't know the severity of it, and wouldn't prepare yourself mentally, for the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of the hour of temptation, in which we at the Great Millstone know that there's going to be a man-made famine. There's going to be, these different wars that are going to spring up. All right, because pretty much your access to life in general, your resources are going to be, controlled by the government, in which, in order to get these things necessary for life, you're going to have to take a chip. So Proverbs 22 and 3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. So yeah, when you have careful thought about the future, especially dealing with prophecy, you consider, or you foresee the evil. You see that this devil is coming with the chip. This is his end goal, that we're not ignorant about. So it says, and hide of himself. And so those who understand the report, we hide ourselves within his testimony, because like Yahushua said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. It's talking about you keeping this truth. I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which should come upon the whole world, the earth, to try them that dwell upon the earth. But it goes and say, but the simple pass on and are punished. Okay? Because they don't have foresight of the prophecies. They're not sure. So they're going to make a rash decision to save their life due to a lack of faith, right? And that's going to cost them. So yeah, just seeing what's going on, especially in the opening clip, we can see that this beast is moving. So right here from Natural News, EU collaborates with foreign governments on digital ID. Okay, so you got the beast system that's giving these other heathen nations, to bring forth this digital ID system. So the European Commission's new international digital strategy aims to export its digital governance framework globally, promoting a secure and democratic digital transformation. A secure and democratic digital transformation. So the strategy seeks formal partnerships with countries like Ukraine, Moldova, and Brazil to advance digital ID, interoperability, how do you say that? Let's look that up real quick. That's a hard word to pronounce right there. And you probably couldn't hear it from the mic, but it says interoperability, the ability of computer systems or software to exchange and make use of information. Okay. So it says a mutual recognition of electronic trust services. It emphasizes collaboration through the UN's Global Digital Compact to establish common rules on digital identity, content regulation, and online speech. Let's read it again. It emphasizes collaboration through the UN's Global Digital Compact to establish common rules on digital identity, content regulation, and online speech. So we see that the digital ID is geared towards control, right? This is their total objective, total control. The only objective, total control. All right. So yeah, unless you got this digital ID, you won't be able to access certain things online, to buy certain things online, or to have access to these different stores. Okay. Your online speech is going to be regulated. It's going to be tracked back into your digital ID and what you're going to need to log on. And if you commit some kind of crime, then, there's no way you're going to be able to hide from that. So it says the initial links to the DSA reinforcing platform obligations on content moderation, identity verification, and child protection, which critics argue may enable broader surveillance, right? Yeah, and that's what it's all about. So while the EU presents a strategy as values-driven, privacy advocates warn it creates a tightly managed digital environment where state and corporate interests may override personal freedoms and anonymity, right? So this is the true motive behind this. They said it is value-driven, right? It's gonna produce more convenience and more safety. But again, we understand that it goes back into control. And so all that control, everything that you do in this life, all right, as far as you needing certain things to access, stores or whatever, your license, it's all going to be put into one. So I got this pulled up, all-in-one digital ID. It says an all-in-one digital ID refers to a digital representation of your identity that can be stored and managed within a single application or platform. See? This allows you to consolidate various forms of identification, such as driver's license, passports, and other credentials, into a secure digital wallet for convenience and secure access both online and in person. And you can see the key features and benefits right here. You got consolidated identity, enhanced security, convenience, right? Privacy control, efficiency. All right. You got your mobile driver's license, digital ID wallets. Okay. What else we got? Okay, online transactions. Digital IDs can be used to verify identity when accessing online services or making online purchases. So yeah, I mean, it's quite clear what these devils are trying to do, in which the whole world is pretty much on the same page with this, man, right? And so the digital ID within itself is not the mark of the beast, but it's a precursor. You know, it's leading up into you having to take this chip, just like, you know, with the wave with your hand. You know, you can wave, you know, your wallet, tap to pay to buy some, you know, and you got various other means of swiping to pay, which is more convenient, but it's all a build-up. It's just all a build-up toward you having to take this chip at the end of the day. So let's get Revelation 13 and 16. So it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, and calls of pretty much means to mandate, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? A digital mark either in your right hand or wherever they may put it, or in your forehead, man. It's just that simple. It's a physical mark, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the name of his name. All right. So unless you got this mark, you can't do transactions. Right? You're not gonna be able to buy a plane ticket to travel here and there, or just to have access to these different conveniences. You see, which is gonna put the pressure on people to go ahead and take it, because their livelihood is gonna be compromised. So it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the name of his name. Now, what is the name? All right, what is the name? The name is the ID, the digital identity. All right. So yeah, the name, right? It says the name is used for everything which the name covers. Everything is going to be incorporated within a digital ID. Everything the thought or feeling which is aroused in the mind by mentioning, hearing, remembering the name, i.e., for one's rank, authority, interest, pleasure, command, excellences, deeds, etc. All right, persons reckoned up by name, the cause or reason name. On this account, let me see. Let's scroll on down. Strong definition. So here it is. A name, literally or figuratively, authority, character, called surname. So when you take this ID, digital ID, that will be incorporated with the chip, that's you taking upon Esau's name. All right. And you're going to be given authority to, you know, maybe buy or sell at that point, because, you know, that means that you have pretty much agreed into this man's system. All right. You have agreed to worship the beast system. You see? And it says the number of his name, which you know to be what, 666. And it was something I was reading earlier, dealing with a barcode. It might not be in here. It might have been in something else I was reading. Let's go to the other article. Because we know that 666 goes into the UPC code, you know, that will be attached with this mark of the beast. I didn't check this out, but yeah, I mean, 33 minutes. You can check it out for yourself, but the evidence is overwhelming, man. You know, the evidence is overwhelming. I don't think I can find that point I was mentioning, but you know, we get the point. We get the point. So let's go to the time in which the Bible, you know, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is preparing us for. Okay, so Revelation 3 and 10. Everything is a build up until this moment of testing, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Also we keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? This is the great time of testing. This is the Most High initiating Esau to mandate, to cause all those small and great, rich and poor, to take this mark. And if you don't take it, all right, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell. So the word of my patience, all right, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right, which hour temptation or temptation, strong G 3986. It says an experiment, attempt, trial, proving. This is the Most High's proving who's faithful unto him and who is not. So scroll down. Definition B, the trial of man's fidelity or faithfulness, integrity, virtue, constancy. So it says an enticement to sin. Okay. When you go into the word enticement, it pretty much means to be lured. Enticement, something used to attract or to tempt someone, a lure. Okay. So that's going to be, people's livelihood being taken away and them promising to give you, the things necessary for life again, only if you take this chip. That's the bait. So it says enticement to sin, which is to take that chip, temptation, whether arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. There you go, man. Because when food is scarce, and you got all this different stuff going on, society collapsing, this chip is gonna be presented as some kind of form of salvation. And people are gonna flock to it. They're gonna make people flock to take that chip. You see? And they're gonna have chipping lines, and women and their children are gonna be willing, more than willing, to stick their hand out to get pierced just to receive a piece of bread, because their hope or that vision that they have is not past America. They can't see past America. Okay? So it says, again, whether arising from the desires from the flesh or from the outward circumstances. So it's going to take a lot of faith in that time to reject the chip. But those who don't have this truth, this eyesight to see past America and this chip, they're going to go ahead and take it. Meanwhile, the elect are going to utilize patience, saying that was going to be the stability at times. Okay? Or pretty much scripture say, in your patience possess your souls. And they're going to wait on Yahweh Shah, who says that, he's going to keep them or protect them, all right, from being taken in this hour of temptation. See? Again, we shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, right? When you go into the word try also, we'll grab that. Let's see here. To try, strong G 3985, going to the root word. It says through the idea of piercing. And it's heavy right there, okay? So you're going to be tried through the idea of piercing. It's heavy. Okay? And what are you going to be pierced by? The chip. Revelation 13-16. One more time. I promise we'll close it out. Let's go to this word Mark. Strong G 5480. Charagma. All right. Yes, we see a stamp and a printed mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah, which is many anti-Messiahs, but Esau is the ultimate. So, strong definition: scratch or etching, i.e. stamp, as a badge of servitude. All right. Or sculpture, figure, statue, graven mark. So let's go into the root word right here. You got a pale or estate, a palisade. All right. Strong definition. So, to pierce, to sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching. See that? We just read through the idea of piercing. So this is through the idea of scratching from something that's sharpened to a point, which is what, man? That's a range. A stake, i.e. a palisade or rampart, military mound or circumvallation, and a siege. So you can You can extrapolate through the spirit. You can see exactly what this is going into. Okay. Yeah, so hey, with that, you know, Lord willing, you're edified. Next time I say, Shalom.